So this is the, there's like 3 different boxes this thing comes in. So this is the final one, just containing the laptop, hopefully. There we go. And you get a thing here just telling you MSI is here to help, which got the little dragon on the side there. Here's the actual laptop, comes in this packaging. Let's go ahead and put that to the side really quick and look at what else is in here. On the left side, you have your charging brick. On the right side, you have the rest of your charging cord. And then in the center, you just have warranty stuff, paperwork, which you can read over, of course, if you are so inclined to do. But not too much stuff in the box, but I think it's actually a really cool box. I always mention this, but the box is the first presentation of a product. It should always be good. And here is the laptop, a little bit heavy. A little bit heavier than what I currently have, which actually I expect this is a lot more stuff in it. Comes in 2 little bags here. Alright, let me just adjust this. So it comes with some plastic on the top. Let's go ahead and peel that off. You're gonna feel that cool metal type, and it's got some brushed metal type of look on the front here. Let's go ahead and raise it up. Comes with a keyboard cover. Keep your shit clean, you know what I mean? Just more packaging stuff. And that looks really good, actually. You got a full brushed metal look throughout the whole entire thing. So for me, it personally looks like a G3 from like 2 years ago. On the inside, let's see if there's anything on the back side. It doesn't feel, it's kind of more heavier in the front, most likely has more stuff here. You can see this is something I was pretty interested in. This is actually a sub, which I think is so weird to have in a laptop, but cool to see. I like that. Go ahead and raise it up here. And then one thing I've seen a lot is that people miss this little sticker up here for your camera. Make sure, I hate stickers on stuff, just peel that shit off. The only ones I actually keep on there are the ones that come at the bottom, which are right here. Which is the same stuff that it tells you on the side. So, alright, so on the left side we have that lock so you can keep yourself secured. We have your killer Ethernet port here. We have a USB 3.0 port, and then we have your HDMI. This is a mini display port, another USB 3.0 port, a USB 3.1 USB-C port, USB-C 3.1, and then you have a dedicated microphone port and a dedicated headphone port, which is actually pretty useful. Let's go ahead and flip it over. On the back here, just you know, your classic design. You have the hinge there, and then you do have your 2 exhausts, which you do have 2 fans on both sides, both for your GPU and CPU, so you can keep cool. On the other side, you have your DVD disk drive, which you can actually upgrade that to a Blu-ray, which is actually pretty cool. You have a USB 2.0 port, a full micro SD port, and I believe this actually goes in all the way. Oh, it doesn't, no. And so it does jut out just a tiny bit, for those wondering. But not an exorbitant amount. I've had worse. And it does have, of course, your power plug here. And then on the front, you have, of course, your 2 speakers that I was mentioning, which I'll actually lift this a little bit. You can kind of see the grills there for it. And then you do have some indicator lights. Alright, so I got it plugged in. Let's go ahead and press the power button. Have that boot up. As you can see, full backlit keyboard. This is customizable RGB You have a ton of colors you can customize it to. The keyboard in and of itself is actually really deep. Wow, that's actually kind of impressive. It's not like the thinnest laptop ever, but compared to what I had before, which mine wasn't like top of the line before, of course, but it definitely has a lot more tactility to it. Okay, so we're English. One of the biggest complaints I heard from this computer when I was actually looking up stuff on it was the touchpad. I've never had a good touchpad except for my Chromebook. So I would just say, you know, get a mouse. I don't like Windows 10. So intrusive. I don't want you to know anything. This does have a matte display here in the front. It looks really nice. I have this light here. You can kind of see there's barely any glare. I'm holding it right up to it, right behind the camera, of course, but right up to it, and I don't see any glare. Like, it can see like where it's lighter, but not glare at all. So this is actually pretty impressive. I'm never going to be using this outside, but if I ever were to, it feels like it would be a good option, you know. This is, for me, basically a desktop that I can move around my room. So just to go over specs really quick, so you know which one this one is. It is the Apache Pro MSI GE62. It's the 15.6-inch model. And this does come with the newest, so 6th generation i7 600HQ processor in there. 16 gigabytes of RAM as well. Those are DDR4. It does come with a NVIDIA GTX 960M graphics processor to help with graphics, which is going to be just fine for me. It does have a 128 gig SSD plus 1 terabyte of Windows, 1 terabyte HDD in there as well. Full color keyboard. The USB-C was actually something that really did interest me. The graphics processor does have 2 gigabytes of DDR5 RAM dedicated to it as well. But a full HD display, all the wireless stuff. Mostly what you expect out of something like this. I'm already liking it though. Now, one important thing to me when I'm buying a laptop is a couple things. I want it to have, you know, semi-good at least specs in there. And this one's more than semi-good for me personally. I wanted this time an HD display, a full HD display, since the last one I had only had a 720p display. It was actually 768, but you know, not as good as I'd want it to be. And of course, I did like that I had USB-C, which is going to take over the world soon. And for video transferring, it's going to be super useful since the speeds that you can get out of USB 3.1 is awesome. Of course, an SSD is very important to me as well, since I do video editing. I need quick. I only had an HDD in my last one. And of course I need a lot of storage, so that's why I do have a big hard drive in there. I only went for 1 terabyte since I had been doing fine with 1 terabyte in my last one. Plus I'll have the 128 gig SSD, so I think I'll be just fine. But I love that it has so many ports. That's my favorite part, honestly. And it looks really good. Full metallic, you know, finish here. It looks like brushed metal, but I like it. Yeah, the only part I could feel that would be plastic is actually just a frame here. But it still looks really nice, and the display is pretty awesome. Anyways, guys, it is started up. I'm going to go ahead and just customize this to what I personally like and download all my programs. If you have any questions, make sure to drop those in the comments section. Subscribe to the video, share it. I actually am going to be reporting quite a bit on this just because I've seen a lot on it, but I feel like more stuff needs to be out on this computer. Anyways, guys, thanks for watching. I'll see you next time.